Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Jules. I've just realized I just want to add as much value as I can in this life. I want to be different from anyone you've ever come across. I want to give you so much value that it's just ridiculous, and I'm worth watching. I'm worthwhile. So I'm just gonna learn as much as I can in this life, and then I'm just gonna give it out for free. If you're getting coaching from me, obviously that's gonna cost something. That's gonna cost about $50 US AUD. But your first session's free, half an hour for free. My community is, the first 7 days are free, and then it's only $3 USD. Per month, so $3 per month. I only put a price because people won't value it. They won't take it seriously. They'll take it for granted. So I'm gonna learn as much as I can. I'm watching Leo Gura. I'm studying. I'm contemplating. I gotta do more of that contemplating. But I contemplate during the day naturally, because as you start meditating, you'll naturally start contemplating. And as one of my spiritual teachers said, you just got to empty your cup, and then something new can come in it. And how I add to that is, you can empty your cup and then God will fill it up, and then it'll overflow, and then you'll be pure, and everything around you will be pure. But how do we do this? And this is the value I want to add. You got to meditate. You have to meditate. I don't care what people say. Like, a lot of people will be like, I tried, it's not for me, I don't have the mind for it. Which is just ridiculous, because that's what it's for. It's to train your mind. It's to teach your mind positivity. It's to quieten the mind when you don't need it. It's to remove all negativity. We need the whole world to meditate, okay? And I see people saying like, you've tried meditation, it doesn't work, I've been doing it for years. Maybe you've just been doing it wrong, but your path is your path, and it's necessary where you are to go where you are. If you understand the logic of meditation, which I'll explain in a minute. If you understand the logic of meditation, I'll make this a longer video. If you understand the logic of meditation and you start to experience that logic as the truth, as you start meditating, like, you'll never go back. You'll realize it's the answer. As they say, love is the answer, and meditation is the way to love. As Rumi says, it's all about removing your barriers that you've built up against love, and washing yourself of yourself, because yourself, the ego, veils this love. So, look, the greatest value I can add is I can point the way. I can't do it for you. But it also helps to be around people who are similar to you, people who are high conscious. High conscious just means, so if meditation is being conscious of being conscious, high conscious is the result of that, which is positivity, because it trains the mind. I do want to say something about thoughts real quick, which is, thoughts are, they naturally come and go. Like, as you meditate, you'll naturally start thinking positively. You don't have to force it. If you need to think, you do think, because you set the intention and the mind follows. Because it goes desire, okay? You want something, okay? You have your pure desire, and then you have intention below, and then that leads to thought, which leads to action, thought, which leads to emotion, which leads to action, which leads to your life. But also that intention can be no thought. So thought makes your emotions. No thought also contributes to your emotions, because you get the peace that passes all understanding. Because you can't understand why you're peaceful, because that would be conceptualizing, that would be thinking about it. So back to what I was saying, the greatest value I can add is point the way and say meditate. I can give you techniques, but eventually you got to let go of techniques, and you just got to be in the moment. And you're like, I'm already in the moment, I'm already doing it. Stay there, okay? Just go for 30 seconds. Just Just look around for 30 seconds. You'll notice your mind will just start to go crazy. So what I'm talking about is more, you can draw distinctions between mindfulness and meditation. Ultimately, they're the same thing. Ultimately, mindfulness, meditation, and the I am presence are like the same thing, but you can draw distinctions. So you draw the distinction between meditation is kind of like formal meditation, which is like sitting at a particular place at a particular time for a particular amount of time. Yeah. And mindfulness is kind of bringing that into your day, noticing colors, noticing shapes. That's pretty much all there is. You can also notice space as opposed to objects in space, because that's all life is, really. If you want to boil it down to that conceptually, it's a lot more than that, and it's a lot more beautiful than that. So that's mindfulness. And then the I am presence is just this, like, existence, and just staying here and just living from it. And then what happens is you become wise, you become authentic, which makes you funny. Intelligence, anything you can think of. It gives you everything. There's this quote by Swami Vivekananda. He says, meditation gets you everything. It's a big long quote, but after that first part. But yeah, basically, okay, so basically, why do you want to meditate? Okay, well, it's the greatest service you can render the world, as Ramana Maharshi says. And I know enough to know this is true because I've grown in peace, and I know I'm doing the greatest thing I can for the world. It's good for you and it's good for the world, because ultimately you're one. So God shines his light equally on all things, just like the sun does. It's not fucking it's not biased. It doesn't just shine on some people, So that's consciousness, that's God's light, that's you. So the I am presence. So yeah, as you go on the so why you want to meditate? So you want to meditate because it gets you health. Okay, it makes you so conscious that you can't not eat unhealthy. You have to eat healthy. You have to exercise. You have to take supplements. Health, wealth. It's going to be clarity on your strengths and weaknesses, and you're going to know what you are good at and what you can share. Sell your knowledge. Content is king. Go on social media and share your knowledge, and then make it into a job. So, and I believe we all have these gifts. We all have these strengths that we can share with the world. And you only need about 1,000 people to follow you to actually be financially free. Like if you have a service, for example, and you got like 1,000 people paying you $10. That's $10 a month. That's $10,000, right? Excuse me. That's $10,000, which is more than enough to survive. But yeah, you can scale. There's tons of resources out there. Just invest in yourself. Go online, find these courses, complete them, and take action. You need theory and knowledge. Theory and action. So you want to know enough to get started, and then get started. And then you need to know enough to know what to do next, and then you do that, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so it gives you health, it gives you wealth, it gives you love, relationships. You start to attract, be who you want to be with, and you will naturally with meditation, as it purges all this negative energy, which is the hardest part of it, is the purging. But once you get through that, it's fucking infinitely good. Health, wealth, love, relationships, and happiness. Yeah, it's the key to happiness. It's not insane to seek for happiness, as Ramana Maharshi says. It's insane to seek for happiness on the outside when it's on the inside. All they mean is, it's so weird, like you seek it on the inside, but being on the inside is being on the outside. Does that make sense? So being on the inside is acknowledging what's on the outside, the present moment. And also it's acknowledging your thoughts and your emotions, but not even acknowledgement probably isn't the right word. It just means being with them. But anyway, all right, I'm going to end it here, guys. I hope, dude, if you follow this advice, bro, if you just meditate and you take care of yourself, you're going to live the best life you can. Peace. Jules out. Have a good one, guys. You got this.